Law 23. Concentrate your forces. Conserve your forces and energies by keeping them concentrated at their strongest point. You gain more by finding a rich mine and mining it deeper than by flitting from one shallow mine to another. Intensity defeats extensity every time. When looking for sources of power to elevate you, find the one key patron, the fat cow who will give you milk for a long time to come. We are all in a state of total distraction and diffusion, hardly able to keep our minds in one direction before we are pulled in 1,000 others. Beware of dissipating your powers. Strive constantly to concentrate them. Observance of the law. The Rothschild banking family had humble beginnings in the Jewish ghetto of Frankfurt. Meyer Amschel, the first of the Rothschilds to accumulate wealth by lending money, well understood the power that comes with this kind of concentration and cohesion. First, Meyer Amschel allied himself with one family, the powerful princes of Thurn und Taxis. Instead of spreading his services out, he made himself these princes' primary banker. Second, he entrusted none of his business to outsiders, using only his children and close relatives. The more unified and tight-knit the family, the more powerful it would become. Soon, Meyer Amschel's 5 sons were running the business. Once Meyer Amschel's sons controlled the family business, they decided that the key to wealth on a larger scale was to secure a foothold in the finances of Europe as a whole, rather than being tied to any one country or prince. Of the 5 brothers, Nathan had already opened up a shop in London. In 1813, James moved to Paris. Amschel remained in Frankfurt. Solomon established himself in Vienna, and Karl, the youngest son, went to Naples. With each sphere of influence covered, this widespread network, of course, opened the Rothschilds to the very danger of which their father had warned them: diffusion, division, dissension. They avoided this danger by once again resorting to the strategy of their father, excluding outsiders, concentrating their forces. The Rothschilds established the fastest courier system in Europe, allowing them to get news of events before all of their competitors. They held a virtual monopoly on information, and their internal communications and correspondence were written in Frankfurt Yiddish, and in a code only the brothers could decipher. Even the shrewdest banksters cannot find their way through the Rothschild maze, admitted a financier who had tried to infiltrate the clan. In 1824, James Rothschild decided it was time to get married. This presented a problem for the Rothschilds, since it meant incorporating an outsider into the Rothschild clan, an outsider who could betray its secrets. James therefore decided to marry within the family and chose the daughter of his brother Solomon. The brothers were ecstatic. This was the perfect solution to their marriage problems. James's choice now became the family policy. 2 years later, Nathan married off his daughter to Solomon's son. In the years to come, the 5 brothers arranged 18 matches among their children. Interpretation: the Rothschilds were born in volatile times. They lived in an age that gave birth to the Industrial Revolution, the French Revolution, and an endless series of upheavals. In his lifetime in France, James witnessed the defeat of Napoleon, the restoration of the Bourbon monarchy, the bourgeois monarchy of Orleans, and the return to a republic. James steered his family. He kept alive his clan's inner cohesion and strength. Only through such an anchoring was the family able to thrive amidst such chaos. Concentration was the foundation of the Rothschilds' power, wealth, and stability. While the other rich and powerful families suffered irrecoverable downturns during the first half of the 19th century, the tight-knit Rothschilds managed to not only preserve, but to expand their unprecedented wealth. Reversal: tying yourself to a single source of power has one preeminent danger. If that person dies, leaves, or falls from grace, you suffer. In cases where you may need protection, but do not know on who or what you can depend on and trust, then it is often wise to entwine yourself around several sources of power. By dispersing your power, you make yourself less vulnerable. However, power itself always exists in concentrated forms of thought and action. There is great strength in concentration. More energy is saved and more power attained when you affix yourself to a single appropriate source of power. The arrow. You cannot hit 1,000 targets with one arrow. If your thoughts stray, you will miss the enemy's heart. Mind and arrow must become one. Only with such concentration of mental and physical power can your arrow hit the target and pierce the enemy's heart.